Hello Vivians, and welcome to the final video of 2021. And I'm sorry if this video is on a slant. Always when I look at the viewfinder, I always look like I'm on a slant, but I don't know actually, so I do apologise. Now, today we are doing the final video of 2021. Now, the final video of 2021 is actually a goodbye. We are saying goodbye to this amazing year and hello to a fresh new year. This year, so much has happened. Normally, I do a top 10, top 3. But I was thinking about it and I couldn't think of 3 videos that I loved doing across all 8 of my YouTube channels and all 7 of my podcasts, because they also class as videos because I care more about the visuals and the audio of them. And I thought I'm gonna have to do 10. I couldn't even think of 10 that I loved, so I was gonna do 20, but then the video would be too long because I do tell you about them and show clips, so we don't want to be too long. So let's dive in. Now, this list is just shoved together. The videos are my quote-unquote favourite is a strong word to use. These are just videos I thought that deserved, if you get me, to be in this list. But I haven't got exact favourites, so I might do a section before I get to number 1, because where I do honourable. No, I can't even say the word, because I feel like there's a few clips of the few videos that I've got clips of that I thought, oh, that was amazing, and such. And every video is just, I did it so that there wasn't too many interviews, that there wasn't too many of a certain type of video, so it was even though I could have just wrote every interview I'd ever done this year on there, but then that wouldn't be fair on my other videos and other things that happened this year. So as well as that, I will do an honourable, I can't even say the word, I will do a bit where I go, and before we go to number 1, here's some of my other favourites that didn't make it into the list, because we'll be here all day if I did put them in the list. Because TGM Productions did a few clips this year, and some of the ones that I want to mention got clips on there, but I don't think my list would have been too long if I added them in, so we'll get to that. So here we go. Well, so we'll go for, so the order doesn't really matter, I've just put them in an order the way I thought of them. So I was thinking of the videos and I just shoved them in that order. So we start at number 10. Number 10 was a video that I had to redo, because the first time I did it I had the idea, but then I changed the idea. So it's costume re-reveal. So my original Doctor costume, I upgraded and updated from the moment I finished that video. I had people say, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that, change that, add that, and so I did. So here is a clip. I don't know how well this will turn out as a clip, because I feel like the video is really short, so it might end up showing you the whole video. But if you want to see the videos in full, there will be a link in the description, top line of them in the list. I will get that word right. Honourable mentions. Honourable. It's not honourable. I don't know. I'll remember the word. And so here is costume re-reveal video. Well done. Thank you for watching that. So what's at number 9? Number 9 was videos that I wasn't sure that I wanted to put this in the list. Just because the value of the fact that it's a sitcom and I didn't want to just put it out of context, and all of it was great, so it's hard to think of an episode to put up. But we've got The Misadventures of Albert Flowerpot, Series 1, Episode 3, with Series 2 coming out in 2022. It's a good time to reminisce what happened in Episode 3. So here is a clip. It will be a little bit out of context, so it will be a little bit odd. But if you want to watch the full episode, it'll be in the link in the description, as I keep on saying. But I'll talk more about why I loved Misadventures of Albert Flowerpot once you've seen the clip. Run VT.
Are you joking? Are you joking? How was your summer holidays? Well, yeah. Where'd you go? Well, I asked you here because I need some ideas to boost my knowledge so much. See, this is how desperate I am. My voice keeps going on and off anyway. So I need help to get back on YouTube. Back on TV, sorry. So, any ideas? Well, you could dye your hair dark blue. I don't know. I know I would look nice in it, but why would I do that? That's just...
Well done. Thank you for watching that. Now, Misadventures of Albert Flowerpot was my first ever sitcom, and it's the first time I've ever done a character sort of thing, if you get me. So it's a character that's like Alan Partridge. It's like I can't think of another one, but it's a character where it doesn't just do one thing that Alan Partridge has done. Knowing me, knowing you, I'm Alan Partridge. This time from the Outcast, Scissored Isles, Mid-Morning Matters, radio, TV, podcasts, and so there isn't just like one thing that Albert Flowerpot will be doing. Albert Flowerpot will be back in 2022 for Series 2 of the sitcom and much, much more. Now at number 8 is another sitcom, because I did 2 this year. This one where Series 1, when I do make Series 2, because I think I might commission it for a second series, but I haven't had that confirmed just yet, will need massively improving in concept, in idea, in presentation, is The Amazing World of Terry and Simon. Now, what was amazing about The Amazing World of Terry and Simon was the fact that Paul Williams, the New Zealand Taskmaster's assistant, let me use one of his songs as my intro. Thank you, Paul Williams, if you are miraculously watching this video. It's been a fantastic series, and here is Series 1, Episode 5. Here's a clip from it, so it will be out of context. Run VT.
You don't need to be rude, right? Get on your head, come on. There you go. Festive now, aren't you? Why are you banging your head?
The hat doesn't fit my head.
We'll get it to fit. I'm sorry if I talk over you at any point today. I do want to apologise to you automatically. I'm not used to you talking out loud, so I'm not used to having a conversation.
And at number 7, we're going through this list quite quick here, but at number 7 is a video from the BritBox YouTube channel, What's on BritBox August. Now, it didn't matter what's on BritBox, those were all really good, all my BritBox videos, so I just picked one of them. Here's a clip from that. Run VT.
On the 19th of August, now before I get on to the 19th of August, I want to ask if you got any good ideas for sprucing these videos up to make them not the same thing every week and different bits of maths. Leave your answer in the comment section down below. But the 19th of August is the most exciting year for 3 reasons. On the 19th of August, we have Being Human, Series 1 to 5, from 2008 to 2013. Not seen them, but that's not the exciting bit. We have Primeval, UK version, not the Primeval World, which was a US remake, but Primeval, Series 1 and 2, from 2007 to 2008. So excited to watch that. We have something that I have a DVD of, the whole collection of DVD. It's been available on BBC iPlayer every so often. There'll be a whole video on this over on my main channel, Tom Mason. Probably link in the description, but possibly not. We have The Sarah Jane Adventures, Series 1 to 5, from 2007 to 2013. And it is incredible. I love it. It's the first time it's had a proper streaming home, and this is the second spin-off. The films don't class as spin-offs, they class as their own separate thing. But we already had K9 and Company with Elizabeth Slade and K9, Sarah and K9. Now we've got this. Will we have Torchwood next, and then Class? I'll talk about more of this on my main channel. So, want my more views? Views! Anyway, also on the 13th, on the 19th of August, we have Terrorhawks, Series 1 to 3, from 1983 to 1986. Now, if we get Terrorhawks on there, that means we'll have nearly all of the puppet shows that were featured on ITV. We have Space 1999, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but we still need Police Academy, which I'm not sure if we're ever going to get that. Also, on the 19th of August, we have The Living Dead from 2016. And finally, we have The Amazing Miss Pritchard from 2006, which was a drama series about a supermarket manager. I read that bit because I wasn't sure what it was about, but if we're doing that, Sky need to join BritBox, add Trolley, add Stella, add Mount Pleasant, or if the BBC own the studio rights, add Alibi stuff. The UK TV Player and Sky need to join BritBox. Mainly UK TV Player, more likely to do it. Channel 4 need to add Taskmaster onto there. If UK TV Player come in, they can add all their Johnny Vegas and Sean Gibson programmes and all their originals. So, and then the more I can add more in the back catalogue, because I think they'll have more rights. They have Gold, Alibi, Drama. So Alibi's got a lot of BBC production stuff, so who knows? But that's what's coming on the 19th of August. If you want me to do a video about which next UK TV company should join BritBox, leave it in the comment section down below, because I'm thinking of doing that now. And finally, on the 26th of August, see, I sat in the same place, but I just used this as a jumping on point, if you get me. But on the 26th of August, we have London Burning, Series 1 and 2, from 1988 to 1989. Fantastic programme. Was on Drama not so long ago, so UK TV. If you join BritBox, would have been already added, because you technically have the rights to it. So you could. It just would have been easier. So I really want to see UK TV Play join, and I might even ask UK TV Play myself, because you can message them on their support, so you can ask if they want to join BritBox, and then you'll see their point of view to the situation. But I'm wittering on. Also, on the 26th of August, we have Hundin and Doyle from 2016, a supernatural crime series. Never seen it. Sounds interesting, and that's exclusive to BritBox. And finally, for the month of August, and for the 26th of August, we have the increasingly poor decisions of Todd Margate, Series 1 to 2. Series 1 to 3, sorry, from 2010 to 2016. And that's all we've got for the month of August.
And the reason why I chose that was because of just because I wanted to have equal representation from nearly all the channels that had amazing videos on it this year. So At number 6 is a brand new series called In Development, which is each month. It's like a vlog series, but each month there'll be a new one where it's like, what did I do in, like, let's say, for instance, January. What videos did I produce in January? What behind the scenes knowledge and hints and tips and all that. So, like, for instance, in November's one, I talked about how I was editing my Steve Allen interview, and there was a piece of red, like a piece of red like this, and I took the screenshot and used it at the top of the bottom, and that was a behind the scenes knowledge for In Development. So here's a clip from In Development November. Ron VT.
Close when I've got open. I'm going to show you what I'm currently working on. I'm currently editing 51 minutes into a 1 hour and 7 minute interview with Steve Allen, who I accidentally called the wrong name. Now, here is a clip of the interview. Fun fact for you, the top and the bottom bits were actually from that chair in the background. Let me just zoom in. That chair in the background. How exciting.
And at number 5 is a brand new podcast, first ever podcast I've ever done with a co-host, Xander Lang-Wiston, who runs Filmian Podcast, which I was also a guest on this year. But because of the way that podcast is, it's not really family friendly, so there won't be any clips shown, and there is a visual to it. So I don't really want to show you an image with audio underneath. So we did what we hear in the shadows, What We Do in the Shadows podcast, where we talk about the film, Wellington Paranormal, the spin-off from the film, and the TV series, obviously. We're currently going through series 1 of Wellington Paranormal. Here's a clip from What We Hear in the Shadows, episode 2. Run VT.
Released Onward, you know, the Pixar film.
Yes, massive.
And before it, they normally play a Pixar short.
Yeah.
And some of those Pixar shorts are iconic. They are so good. And before it, instead of that, they showed a Simpsons short about Maggie on a day out. And I was like, imagine being an animator at Pixar and being like, working your way up and finally getting to the point where you're ready to make a short film. And then Disney buys Fox and they just put the most like overhyped and overused animation before it instead of your like beautiful little personal story. You'd be fuming.
You would.
And I felt cheated. Like half the fun of going watching a Pixar film is going about 10 minutes early and watching like just a short film because they're always so good.
Yeah.
And like, do you remember before The Incredibles 2, they had that one called Bow?
Oh yeah.
That one was so bizarre and so weird, and it messed.
At number 4 is something that I never expected to do this year. My first ever panel show, Time Lords. It got promoted on the Doctor Who Community Show once, but obviously Jack thought it was called Time Lords Pilot, but the link I sent it was to the pilot episode. So the pilot episode, I think, was a good episode in funny factor and in just to demonstrate that panel shows do work. And so here's a clip from Time Lords. Run VT.
It was sort of my brother's show, and I was sort of like in the background because our family used to sit down every week to watch it. So I was mostly just hiding behind the sofa. But it was I probably sat down to watch it for the 11th hour. So series 5 was my proper first series.
Yeah. Was it comfortable behind the sofa?
No. It's a tight fit.
Yeah. So I mean, I hear that phrase when people get scared and hide behind the sofa, but they don't see much. They lose a lot of the elements of the show when they disappear from the screen and hide. Now we'll find out about the other team. Now let's go to Richard D. Carrier. How did you get into this wonderful franchise?
Well, you lot are making me feel very, very old because I was born in 1984. So I think I might be the exception here, that I was actually alive during the original classic era of Doctor Who, although I don't remember it very well. I think probably around the 30th anniversary, just to make you all feel very young and me very old, was probably the point at which I became a fan as such, because there was a...
Now, what's good about this list is that I've got clips, and all these clips will be then, once I've edited this and uploaded this, all those clips will be used within TJ Productions. So they will have this video, and then all those clips will be on TJ Productions, because that's what TJ Productions was originally for: clips, behind the scenes, announcements. So I've got a new announcement coming out soon. But before we go on to number 3, before we get onto our top 3, here is some honourable, if I said that word correctly, which I haven't because of the H, some mentions that didn't make it into the list. So we've got we've got the Phil Fletcher interview where Hacker sings Happy Birthday to me and to my dad. So that's 2 clips you're going to see now, not just 1, 2 clips. So run VT of Hacker singing Happy Birthday to me and to my dad.
Happy birthday, Steve! 50, eh? You don't look it. He does look it, doesn't he? Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Steve. Happy birthday to you. Whoops! Hello, Tom. It's Hacker the dog here, wishing you a very happy birthday. In fact, I'm going to sing for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Tom Mason. Happy birthday to you. Whoops. How's that?
Thank you. Now I've had happy birthday from Sweep just randomly, and a happy birthday from you.
Well, mine's better because Sweet's stupid. Goodbye.
I was just so happy about that. Now, there was a surprise that happened this year, was that during my Ronnie O'Drew interview, Sweep, who Ronnie O'Drew had puppeteered for, sang Happy Birthday. Here is that clip from VT. What an amazing clip that is. It's like 30 seconds of pure happiness. And not only did I end up doing interviews, I also did some behind the scenes, like deleted scenes with them, where I got Malcolm Lord to be Bungle and George. So here is him talking to Bungle and George from BT.
Oh, do you know what, George? I'm going to eat fish, chips and jelly. You going to eat fish, chips and jelly? You are a silly bungle. I'm not a silly bungle. You are a silly bungle. Ooh, no, and then I'm going to have a jam sandwich. No, that really is silly. I'm going now. Jam sandwich and fish and chips. What a silly bungle. Did he say I was silly?
And finally, for the mention that didn't make it into the list, it's hard when you think about it, writing a list. And here is one of... So much has happened this year, and you just don't want to analyze it. So we're not going to do any more mentions now, honourable mentions. We've got them there, so when I always feel back, I know where to go. But I was thinking, now this might not happen because there's too much to go into it, and because I've done 24 interviews this year, I don't think I'll be able to do it. I wanted to have me saying, I wanted to have all the guests I've interviewed this year saying hello. Now that might be over ambitious, because this video's got 10 videos in it, which isn't over ambitious because I've got the list here. I just have to add in the bits where I've like said the mention, like Hacker saying happy birthday to me and my dad. So in my notes, I would write Happy birthday. Hacker sings happy birthday to me and my dad. And we would have Sweep sings happy birthday. And then we also have a Malcolm Lord deleted scene. And it's, and all them full videos will be in the description. Now the deleted scenes, because they're not actually deleted scenes, they're just like an add-on to the interview. The full clip of the deleted scene will be in the description. Anyway, so we wrote those down. And so we go into the top 3. Now, this was very hard. Obviously, we all know what number 1 is, because that's how this year began. I think I might edit a video where all my League 24 guests say hello, but I don't think I will actually. No, scrap that. No, because that's too much to do before the end of the day. Because that's trying to find 24 of them. Again, them all saying hello. I might try it. And see, but I'm not promising anything. But number 3 is the longest interview I think I've done, because it was 2 hours. It's Paul Williams. Now, if you don't know who Paul Williams is a singer, songwriter, comedian. So he does normal songs, but comedy as well. He's best known as the Taskmaster's assistant in Taskmaster New Zealand, which is one of the most popular international versions, I think, because a lot of people watch that, and that's how come they've stumbled across my YouTube channel, Taskmaster World. So here is a clip from a Paul Williams interview, which will be going on to TNG Production the moment this video is over. So, here is a clip from the Paul Williams interview that was 2 hours. Now, I don't know what clips I'm going to use. I'm just going to find where a question begins and a question ends. That's all I'm going to do. Hit run VT. Well, how long are the filming days? So this is like, so you can say that that's for on shoot at the ranch or at the studio, either or really.
The task days, I'm really bad at remembering time and dates, but the days of tasks are quite long, but they are so fun that they don't feel that long. But I go there quite early, usually out to the house, which is kind of, it's not that far, but it's a bit out of town. It's kind of out in the country a little bit, so it's a nice drive though. But I go there quite early in the morning and then leave at night. I don't know, but yeah. So then there's a nice lunch break, and obviously between tasks there's setting stuff up, and I get a lot of downtime, and then I have no idea how long the days are. I'm really bad with remembering details like that. But the studio days, we shot them quite quickly. Like we did 2 episodes a night over 5 days. So season 1, we got like a break in the middle with a weekend off. So we'd do 3 days and then a weekend, and then maybe like the last 2 days. But this time it was just 5 in a row for season 2. Yeah, I'm not certain about the UK, but
yeah. Well, with you saying that you couldn't really remember the time, it must have been a really long day if you can't remember how many hours you were there, just sat there doing this same monotonous thing one after the other.
Well, yeah, not monotonous at all. Quite the opposite. Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun day. Like I actually sometimes struggle to get to sleep during the tasks days because I'm kind of quite excited for the next day.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I loved the Paul Williams interview because that's the second Taskmaster assistant I've ever interviewed. I've interviewed Taskmaster, the Swedish Taskmaster, which that it didn't make it into the list just because there was so much. I needed just to be harsh on myself, saying, all 24 interviews are amazing, but you have to pick. You have to pick. So I had to pick. So it's not like the other interviews were rubbish. It's just I had to pick. I had to choose. And so it was an amazing interview. Number 2 is an interview that I loved for many reasons, not just because of the question, just because of what ended up happening within the interview that was funny. It was someone that I didn't expect to also direct one of my programs that I watched just before I went to high school, Off School, which was a documentary series on CBBC about kids just about to go into year 7, and then they added year 8 into the mix later on in the series. But he did the series that I watched religiously, so I watched every episode, and he created a whole Doctor Who, like all the characters were based off these children, and it is Chris Chapman. He was amazing to talk to. He's just amazing, and I'm so glad that I did that. Next year, I hope to interview more Doctor Who people, but I want to interview more Doctor Who people. Doctor Who is my favourite TV show of all time. So here's a clip from my Chris Chapman interview. From VT.
So no, it's good. Here's my toddler, by the way. This is like that bit in the TV in the news thing when the kids come in and behind. Hello, Edie. Do you want to come and say hello to Tom? Hello.
Hello.
I think you're on the internet. You're going to say hello to Doctor Who fans? You going to wave? You can sit in if you like it. You can sit in as long as you're well behaved. Yes, Tom. So that's me.
And so now we're going to go a little bit further back. Now, when did you first see Doctor Who and how did you get into it?
So this all begins for me. I'm probably one of the tail enders, I think, in terms of the original series, that I started watching Trial of a Time Lord. So I guess 86, I would have been 5 and have vague memories of that. And then big fat memories of watching Remembrance of the Daleks. I don't have a lot of memories of season 24. I don't know if my parents just decided they hated the look of it or maybe had a weird distaste for Bonnie Langford. I love Bonnie, but I don't know if my parents liked it. And so Remembrance of the Daleks, we used to, at school, we used to play around the outside sheds and the mobiles. We would pretend to be a Dalek, an ace with a baseball bat, and the Doctor. And when people say the show wasn't popular in 87, actually this would be in 88. Actually, for us, age 7, it was still a big deal. And then I kind of then it disappeared. It wasn't on telly. When I was ready to spend the rest of my life watching it, it just kind of vanished after the survival. And it took the BBC Two repeats in the early 90s and the VHSs for me to get kind of back into it. And yeah, it kind of went from there. I've always, I think for a lot of us, Tom, it's that feeling of a lot of us who felt a bit odd or isolated or different when we were young, saw the Doctor as this kind of, blimey, this is a person who's different and strange, but that's great, and they have adventures, and being different is not a bad thing, is a great thing. And so I think it was a real inspiration for me at that point. And I used to write Doctor Who stories. I remember writing a sequel to Curse of Fenric in my exercise book that was like set after the war, and Fenric had somehow got back to London in the kind of ruin of the Blitz in kind of 1950 or so. And I remember writing that, and I remember writing a sequel to Terror of the Autons just because I really liked the Autons. I was just obsessed with Terror of the Autons. And yeah, so it started like a lot of people started, that you're a fan first and foremost, and then everything else kind of comes after that, really. Ooh, yeah, that's a mirror. You see, that's a mirror.
We're here at number 1. Number 1 was the greatest interview, as in the second ever interview ever done, because I did one in 2020. But this interview, I've already got some clips from TJ Productions, so I'll be using one of those clips. He followed me on Twitter, like Paul Williams has. He's just amazing, and now every time I watch him on TV, I go, I know him. It's none other than Alex Horn. Alex Horn was the second ever interview I'd ever done in my life. The first one was Adam Martin last year in 2020. And so, here is a clip of Alex Horn, me interviewing Alex Horn. It won't be the clip where Tom says hello for the first time or whatever it be. Proper clip. And run VT.
My first question is, how did you start in comedy?
Well, it's a great question. How far back do you want me to go? I'll tell you a couple of things. I'll tell you three things.
Yeah.
So, first of all, people often ask comedians when they realise they're funny. And I don't think I'm very funny. But at Christmas, when I was a kid, I could always make my family laugh. I think maybe when I was about 12, I suddenly thought I can make these people laugh. And I never thought, well, that means I want to be a comedian. But it stayed with me and I really enjoyed making them laugh. And then when I went to college and university, I started writing little things, and it was like an itch I had to scratch. So when I was at university, I joined an open mic society where you can do stand-up comedy, and I did it once, and it went well. And that was the moment when I couldn't really stop, because it's the best feeling in the world. But I'll tell you one more thing. I worked in a supermarket called Budgeons, and I won a cracker joke writing competition. My joke was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, those were the days. And that joke got me a spot at the local comedy club. So that was my first actual gig.
And there you have it. 2021 is over. Tomorrow there'll be 2 videos out, me saying welcome to 2022 and talking about my plans a little bit. And the other one will be reviewing Eve of the Daleks, the brand new Doctor Who special. But as I always say, Happy New Year. I'll see you all in the new year, which is tomorrow, really. Thank you guys for watching. Much. Bye.
Hello.
Hey.
Wow.